I'll show you how to create cohesive fashion collections on the iPad in Procreate. I'll give you a full fashion workflow to create a mood board, brainstorm sketches, and create colored fashion illustrations. This is the exact process that I use. The first step is creating a mood board. Let's create a collage in Pinterest. Just opening up my inspiration folder and adding images here. Once I have my mood board, I will download the image. You get a few different time-lapse options here, but I'm just gonna go to the image at the end and tap download. This will save it to my camera roll. The next step is to create thumbnail sketches using our mood board. I'm gonna create a new canvas. I'll do a letter landscape so that I can print it if I need to. In my brush library, I have figures, and I'm just gonna bring one. You can use whatever figure represents the target customer for your brand. But if you like this croquis, I'll leave a link in the video description. So I have my figure in this layer. I'm going to tap on transform and bring this into the center of the page. And you know it's centered when you see this yellow line come up. Opening the layers panel, I'm going to swipe to the left and tap on duplicate. Then tap back on transform and shift this template down, looking for the yellow alignment lines. That's good. And from here, I can go ahead and merge these layers by pinching them and then swiping again to duplicate, tapping transform, shifting her over. This time I'm looking for the blue alignment lines, and I'm gonna repeat this process of merging, then duplicating, and dragging these figures over. Merge all the layers together so they are one. Tap actions, toggle drawing guide on, then edit drawing guide. Tap on symmetry, options. It should be vertical and assisted drawing, and you'll see this line come up here. You can change the color of the line so that it's easier to see. And I just am zooming in to double check that it's exactly lined up with the center of my croquis, which it is. So I'm going to tap on done. What this does is create a setting where anything that's drawn on one side is reflected to the other side. One last step is to lock this layer. Tap on layer, swipe, tap lock. That way we can keep this layer intact. And if you need to reduce the opacity or something in the future, you can just unlock it, tap N, and shift this down. Actually, I'll keep it at a lowered opacity. We'll say around 50%. Lock, create a new layer. This layer will be our sketch layer. Make sure drawing assist is on. That way anything you draw on one side will be reflected to the other. Already we're beating the blank page, blank canvas anxiety because we already have a template set up with all of our croquis. If you go back into your gallery and you rename this, anytime you want to brainstorm sketches, keep this as your template and just swipe and tap on duplicate. That way you always have your fresh copy. I want a cohesive collection, so I'm going to pull in the mood board that I created earlier. Tap on actions, toggle reference on. This will bring up a reference window. I'm going to add an image and I'll import it. And now I can just move this reference window around and use this as inspiration when I start my sketches. I have my first rough sketch done. Layers, selection tool, and I'll shift this over, create a new layer, make sure drawing assist is turned on. That way I'm just creating new layers and working on the same template and shifting them over rather than moving this vertical symmetry line every time. I'm using the quick shape feature. To show you that again, I'm drawing my curve, holding my pencil on the screen. When I release, there'll be this option here to edit. When I tap on that, I can then move these blue dots to adjust the curve. To exit, you can tap any other tool. I want to try a different iteration of this design. I'll make a copy of the layer and shift this over. That way I have the original. I'm going to try a different idea here. Not loving that idea. I don't really like this idea, so I'm going to go back by tapping 2 fingers on the screen. I could also hold them down. To merge the layers together, pinch them, and this will create one layer. To move things around, tap on the selection tool. You can either choose the rectangle or the freehand tool to select your garment, and you can swipe 3 fingers down to cut and paste, and then shift these guys around. To keep things cohesive, sometimes I'll copy a design and I'll use that as a starting point, and I'll explore changing details. That way the lines are kind of similar, but I'm testing out different iterations of the same design. It started with this. It's kind of transforming, and I think I want to try having this extend and be kind of a long skirt. So I'm going to copy and paste this over. Copy, 3-finger swipe, paste, drag this over, and just delete the areas that I don't need. Similar, but different. I'm sketching different ideas. This brainstorming stage is creative and low pressure. I call these thumbnails because they're small, rough sketches. Once I'm done, I choose the strongest designs that work together as a cohesive collection. These 3 are my favorites. By the way, if you're feeling overwhelmed in Procreate, just know that there's only a few specific things that you need to learn for fashion design, and I've put them all into this free checklist, which I'll link below the video. I'll also link to my Procreate course, which includes step-by-step tutorials for beginners. It also includes templates and brushes that I made specifically for fashion design. I'm not gonna do the final sketch in this canvas because there's so many layers, and there's actually layer limits with higher resolution sketches. So I'm going to go back to gallery and create a new canvas. I'll copy these by swiping down and copying them. When you copy and Procreate, you can paste in a different canvas. I want to add figures behind the sketches. So in a new layer, I'll grab my figure brush, stamp it down, just transform it size. And I'm going to line this up with the middle of the canvas. So I'm looking for the yellow cross mark. Let's set up vertical symmetry. Actions, drawing guide, edit drawing guide, symmetry, options, vertical, and assisted drawing turned on. Tap done. I want to have 2 more figures, so I'll duplicate our croquis and drag her to the side. To evenly space figures, I merge them together and duplicate them and drag over. That way they have the exact same spacing. Then I'll erase this figure, and when I'm done, I'll merge them all together. That's the easiest way that I personally know how to evenly space objects, but if you know a better way, please let me know in the comments. Let's turn our dress draft on, and I'm just gonna bring this above the croquis layer. Using the transform tool, we'll fit it on my figure. And using the selection tool, I'll move these over to the side. And I'll merge these layers again and decrease the opacity. And I'll also lock my draft. Create a new layer. Let's make sure Drawing Assist is turned on. Select our brush. I'm using a brush from my course. The outline brush pen that I'm using is similar to Technical Pen in inking. A little different, but similar. By the way, when you find the right brush size, you can save it by tapping on it and tapping the plus icon. This will create a little bookmark so that you have the same stroke weight between your sketches. It will help make your collection more cohesive. Sometimes when I sketch, I overpass the line and then I'll draw the outline and then I'll erase. I do this because I like to have tapered strokes, right, where they start bold and they kind of taper off. And sometimes it's difficult to actually control where that line ends. So sometimes I'll, if this is the outline, I'll go past the outline and then I'll go in and erase. I wonder if other people do the same thing. Okay, so I've kind of done like the major shapes of this dress. I'm gonna duplicate this sketch now because I want to keep the same base for these other sketches to show that they all have the same silhouette for added consistency. Here's another quick tip. I'm realizing that these are not kissing and they should be, so I'm going to adjustments and tap on liquefy, and using the push function, I'll lower the size. And I don't know if this is gonna work, but let's see. I'm gonna try to push these lines in towards each other. Okay, it's kind of working. It might mess up the line and I'll just have to redraw it, but let's see if we can get this to work. Okay, I mean, kind of worked. I'll keep that in the video so that you can see that you can kind of shift around lines. I feel like that's a helpful tip, but it's getting a little thin in the center here, so I'm gonna fill that in. Good enough. I use the stroke weight for the outline. I'm gonna use a smaller stroke weight for all of the fluting and pleats. So I'm gonna bring this down in my size. Normally I would use a smaller line, but since this is for video, I feel like a thicker stroke will be better. You'll be able to see it. So I'm also gonna add this brush bookmark. So I tap plus, and that adds a little note for which size we used. I'm gonna start in the center and do my best to mirror this line. The thing with lines like this is if you try to use quickshape, it doesn't really understand what that line is. So yeah, there are some times where you just have to hold your breath and do your best. Okay, I can't resist. This looks easier, so I'm gonna do this one first. I am using quickshape here, so I'm just holding down a little bit on the pencil. We actually had to do this project in fashion school. Um, we made a corset or some type of bone bodice, and then we fluted it with small bias strips of chiffon. And we like hand sewed them onto the bodice. It was a lot of work, but such a pretty effect. So years later, that's what I'm referencing for this project. Let's start another sketch. We're going to open the Actions menu, go into Canvas, Edit Drawing Guide, and drag this blue dot over to our next croquis. I'm zooming in to make sure that it's perfectly aligned with the center of my croquis. Tap Done. And now I want these sketches to be consistent, so I'm going to make a duplicate of my outline dress layer. Go to Transform and drag this over. I want to make sure that this is perfectly aligned to the center. From here, I'll just erase. Now I'm just redoing the outline here. I like to sketch from big to small. So starting with the outline of the dress, and then once that's good, I'll go in and I'll add the details. For this last sketch, I moved the dress outline and the drawing guide over. I'm going to work on the parts of the sketch that are symmetrical first. Let's add color. Tap on Colors, Palettes, tap the plus icon, select New from Photos. I'm importing my mood board. Procreate will create a palette from this image at the top of the menu. Here's my sketch in its own layer. I'll add color in a new layer. Tap N to change the blend mode to multiply, so we can see our sketch underneath the color. I'm selecting my first color from the palette. I'm leaving space for 2 more colors. In my palette, if I tap on cars, I can get larger swatches. I could tap and hold my finger on the mood board to invoke the eyedropper tool. When I release, this will change the active color. I'm selecting another color with a similar value. I want the colors to blend harmoniously and have this layered ombre effect like my mood board. Up to this point, I've been freehand coloring, but I could also color drop to fill an entire shape. Since my next sketch is symmetrical, I'm turning on the drawing guide and shifting it over. I'm carrying over this blue color from my last sketch. This will help make the collection look more cohesive. Time to pick another color. I'm choosing something that's slightly darker but with the same hue. For my last color, I like this dusty pink. I'm continuing the theme of a pop of color in a similar value but different hue. Here's another example of color drop where I'm dragging the active color into an outline. Last but not least, I want this sketch to feel different than the other two, but still cohesive. Here's the final collection. To review, I started with a mood board, created thumbnail sketches, picked my finals, and then colored them in Procreate. This design workflow helps me create cohesive collections. I hope this video was helpful, and thank you so much for watching.